Hi my loves, my name is Bethany and I am the Yogi Witch. Welcome to this brand new vlog, and this is a super exciting kind of vlog because I will be going through with you a simple, easy, I can't get the words out, positivity spell jar. So I absolutely love spell jars. This is how I do most of my spells, really, using the moon, adding in certain ingredients, and I think it's a super easy, super cheap because you can reuse the same ingredients again, but going in with them with different intentions. So this spell is actually one of the first spells I ever did. I still have the original one upstairs in my bedroom, and I've made several other ones as my life and my witchcraft practice has journeyed on. So I hope you enjoy it. Let me know how you get on, what you're searching for, and yeah, I guess I will meet you at your altar to begin. Okay, so to begin the spell today, you're going to need a nice clean jar. So I actually use a glass jar just because it's better for the environment, it's easier to wash, and I feel it's a lot more ethical than maybe a plastic jar. The glass jars can be collected from anywhere. I actually got this from a local supermarket used to make jams, but you can get them from secondhand stores. You'll probably have some old ones in the house. You can use anything, but as long as you ensure that it's nice and clean and that it is dry. We're also going to use today a range of herbs. So we have dried lavender, we have dried rosemary and dried heather. I actually harvested these last year and dried them maybe last October. But the heather is from my local coastal path. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And I gave thanks to the earth before I collected it and then dried it. Same with the rosemary and the lavender, but they actually both came from my garden. So I have herbs in my garden specifically for spells I dry and cut every single year. So the lavender is probably about maybe a year old now, and the same with the rosemary, but they've dried beautifully. And when you collect a whole bunch of them, they last for so long. We are also going to use dried red rose petals and dried yellow rose petals. Now, there's many ways you can do this. I actually bought the red roses myself, had them in the house, and then I dried the petals off when they were starting to wilt. These are actually petals collected from a birthday flowers I was given last July. So again, same with the herbs, they dry so well. I will be putting a video up on how to dry herbs and stuff like that, but for now you can buy them already dried, you can dry them yourself, but pick and choose what you kind of need. We'll be using a range of crystals today. So we've got rose quartz, we have clear quartz, and we have green Aventurine. I feel like I can't say that right ever. But these are the crystals. These are my favorite kind of crystal to use for positivity for a lot of my spells. And when I'm particularly anxious, I always love to hold on to my green Aventurine. It's just such a beautiful crystal. And look at it, it's just stunning. For essential oil, we got Chang. We also have spiritual healing incense from my yoga studio. We have Palo Santo stick, and we have black salt. So this is actually black salt that I've created myself. I say we, who the hell's we? I will be putting the recipe up for this on my YouTube channel, so keep an eye out for that. So these are all the ingredients you need for it today. You can pick and choose, you can change up ingredients. These are just the ones that I use for my spell. So when you're ready, let's begin. So we're first going to begin by cleansing and clearing the space. I think this is super important to do this before any spell, before any yoga practice. Just cleanse the energy from the room. As you can see, I have 2 white candles to represent protection, and we're just going to use the Palo Santo stick to cleanse the energy around it. So just holding the stick in the candle for maybe around 20 seconds. Get a nice burn. And then let's clear this space. So every time that you sage, you should always ensure that you have a window or a door open, as this negative energy has to go somewhere. So just cleansing the area, clearing the area of any negative vibes, any kind of ill thought, as this is a positive healing jar, and we want all those vibes to be good. Beautiful. So you can actually use the Palo Santo stick to pop it into the jar, or if you have incense, your favorite incense, you can use this now. My favorite one that I've been using in the studio at the moment is actually Spiritual Healing. It's my favorite scent. It's absolutely gorgeous. I will put the link in the bio underneath, but you're just going to light it in the white candles, purification, and then add it into the jar. So giving that scent. And as it's entitled Spiritual Healing, I think it's a very beautiful scent to give our jar. It's also a scent that you'll always associate with this feeling of spiritual cleaning. Spiritual cleaning, spiritual healing. So you can allow this to burn just off to the side of the spell. So now let's add some protection. As I said, this is my own black salt recipe. I will do a vlog on this. It's also available on my Instagram. But black salt is my favorite thing for protection. I use it all the time. It's always in my house, by my front doors, by my bedside at night. So you're just going to add this into the jar as we want to create a nice foundation for our positivity spell. So giving us protection, giving us a sense of safety as we make this spell. The next thing we're going to add in is our dried lavender. So as you can see, it's absolutely beautiful. It still smells so gorgeous despite being dried for a year. And this is to represent inner peace. It is to represent a sense of relaxation. So not worrying about things that we cannot change or we cannot control. So we're also going to be adding in dried rosemary. Now, rosemary has many spiritual meanings. I use it for a sense of harmony and a sense of luck, especially when it's included with all the other herbs. So this has been dried for about a year now. It's still absolutely gorgeous, still smells amazing. So all you're going to do is take a sprig and pop it in the bottom of your jar. The next thing we're going to add in is going to be our heather. Again, like I said, it's been dried for a year, collect off the coastal path. So to me, this has a lot of spiritual meaning. Not only does it mean luck, but it kind of represents that wild feeling, that sense of freedom I get when I walk around my local coastal path here down in Pembrokeshire. So when I collected this, I knew that when I was going to add this to my spell, it would represent the wild side, the free side, and the side that I'm always aspiring to be. So simply adding that into the jar. So next, bringing in our dried flowers. Using the dried red rose petals, I use this for kind of the spell of love, but I don't mean love to others, I mean self-love. And that's something that I always struggle with. I've got very big insecurity levels, so this is just to give me a little bit of TLC and just show me that, you know, I am capable of self-love, and I just think it's a lovely representation. So adding that in there. Next one I'm going to personally add in is yellow rose petals. So I use this because it represents to me happiness, positivity, the sense of friendship, and just good relationships. So you don't have to add this in, you can exchange it for anything you like, maybe chamomile, maybe cornflowers, bluebells, anything that you like. I just find yellow rose petals so beautiful. Ooh, get in the jar. So beautiful, and just represents friendship, sunshine, happiness. Next, let's add in our essential oil. So this is made Chang. It was actually a gift to me from a friend many years ago, and I think it's just so beautiful. It kind of takes away that sense of anxiety that I have and kind of a fear. It just represents confidence, it represents safety, and again, you can exchange this for any essential oil you want. Every spell should be individual to you, but just adding you little drops in here. Not too many, maybe about 5. Oh, I think that's more than 5. But adding any essential oil that you desire. So moving on to adding our crystals, I'll be adding in a green Aventurine here, as it represents courage, it represents confidence, and this is actually my favorite crystal. If you have super sharp eyes, you might be able to know that I wear green Aventurine as a necklace, and I also wear it as earrings. So adding this in to bringing some confidence. Bringing in rose quartz, a fantastic crystal to use, and I know most of us have it in our cupboard, to represent universal love for yourself and for others. finally, adding in clear quartz. These are super cheap to buy. They are everywhere and they can be used as a substitute for a lot of other crystals if you don't have them, as it represents healing and it represents spiritual growth. Absolutely beautiful. So adding that in there. To finish it off, all we need to do is add the lid, making sure it's nice and tight on top to seal the spell. And I am also a fan of sealing a spell either with wax, or if you don't have that available, you can simply use a white candle. Oh, let's not burn my hand here. So sealing it with a white little tea candle, allowing it to sit on top of the jar until it burns out. Now, to keep this jar going, you can add candles to it every day, maybe just giving it a little bit of a shake, putting it in the sunlight in the full moon to charge it. And there's nothing fancy to seal this spell, simply giving your thanks to the universe and envisioning that happy and positive life that you'd like to welcome in. So I'm just going to allow this to burn down nice and slowly, sealing my beautiful spell.